Morning, all. All right, so we got 5 games tonight in the National Hockey League. Not too bad for a Friday. The first one starts at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. That's the Carolina Hurricanes and the St. Louis Blues. The Blues won the first meeting on January the 6th by a score of 2-1 in a shootout. We'll see how it goes tonight. For the Carolina Hurricanes, they are 50, 22, and 7. They are 3 points behind the New York Rangers for first overall in the National Hockey League, as well as the division, of course. Jake Guentzel, their leading scorer over the last month, 14 games, 6 goals, 16 assists, 22 points. Marty Necas, scoring's never quite where you'd think it would be with his skill level. 14 games, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. Nason's fallen on hard times goal scoring wise. Maybe he's due for one. He has 2 assists in 14 games over the last month. For St. Louis, they are 3 points behind Vegas. So if you're a St. Louis fan, you're also a Minnesota fan for tonight. St. Louis, 42, 32, and 5 overall. Jordan Kyrie's their leading scorer over the last month. 14 games, 9 goals, 8 assists, 17 points. Bolduc has started picking it up offensively. 12 games, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. Toropchenko, if they're going to gut out a win, maybe he gets a goal in it. 14 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points for him over the last month. 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific start between the Nashville Predators as well as the Chicago Blackhawks. These teams have met 3 times already. Nashville's won all 3 by a score of 4-2 on November 18th, 4-3 shootout victory on December 5th, and a 3-0 victory on January the 2nd. For Nashville, they're 45, 29, and 5 overall. Forsberg, their leading scorer over the last month, 13 games, 10 goals, 11 assists, 21 points. Sherwood's been good. 13 games, 1 goal, 7 assists, 8 points. Evangelista, what I said with Necas kind of applies to Evangelista too. He's very prominent, doesn't get as many points as you might think. 13 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points for him over the last month. Chicago's 23, 50, and 5. Kurashev, their leading scorer over the last month. 12 games, 4 goals, 8 assists, 12 points. Dickinson, 3 goals in 12 games, no assists. His scoring has definitely dropped from where it was at the start of the season. Korchinski, 12 games, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. He is the future on that blue line, at least a big part of it. There's some really good young defensemen in this organization and yet to debut as well for Chicago. 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific start between the Arizona Coyotes and the Edmonton Oilers. Edmonton won the first meeting on February 19th by a score of 6-3. These teams meet again on April 17th. For the Coyotes, of course, they have to block out the noise. They have to block out the whole, discussion of whether or not they're still going to be in Arizona next year. They're 34, 40, and 5 overall. Keller, their leading scorer over the last month, 13 games, 8 goals, 10 assists, 18 points. For Cooley, 13 games, 8 goals, 5 assists, 13 points. Cooley's been fantastic. Very fast, big player. Should be fun to watch as his career grows. Valimaki, 13 games, 2 assists over the last month. But what's noteworthy with him, he's a plus 11. So on an Arizona team that hasn't necessarily been barn burning when it comes to how they're playing, Valimaki, plus 11. On the Oilers side, they're 48, 24, and 5 overall. They're 4 points behind Vancouver for first in the division. So it goes without saying that they want to win both games against Arizona before the end of the season. They have that game against Vancouver tomorrow as well. McDavid, the leading scorer for them over the last month. Not likely to play tonight. 13 games, 7 goals, 20 assists, 27 points. Ekholm, 13 games for him as well. 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points. Ekholm's been just fantastic when he's in the lineup. Kane, 13 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points for him over the last month. Kane, it'll be interesting to see how he does in the playoffs because the scoring on the wings is what we always look at with the Oilers come playoff time. We know McDavid's going to score. We know Draisaitl's going to score. And then it's usually after that we have some questions. So if Kane can really, step things up come playoff time, that would help them greatly in terms of their chances of getting out of the division and maybe going further. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific start between Calgary and the Anaheim Ducks. They've split the first 2 meetings. On December 21st, it was a 3-0 win for Calgary. On April the 2nd, a 5-3 win for Anaheim. The Flames are 35, 38, and 5. Uyghur and Kadri leading them in scoring over the last month. 13 games, 4 goals, 8 assists, 12 points. Sharon Govich, 13 games, 3 goals, 7 assists for 10 points for him. Rooney, 13 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. I'd like to have somebody on the board that's like, maybe he gets a goal tonight. Rooney, one of those guys. Anaheim, 26, 48, and 5 overall. Killorn's their leading scorer over the last month in 14 games, 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points. Vetrano, the goals have started to come again. 14 games, 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 points for him. The goals, elusive for Ryan Strome, just the 3 assists in 14 games over the last month. Also at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, the Minnesota Wild and the Vegas Golden Knights. Their third and final meeting takes place tonight. On February 12th, Minnesota won by a score of 5-3. On March the 30th, it was a 2-1 overtime victory for Vegas. Minnesota's 37, 32, and 9 overall. Kaprizov, their leading scorer over the last month. 12 games, 9 goals, 8 assists, 17 points for Kirill the Thrill. Boldy, 13 games, or 12 games, I should say. 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points. And Rossi, 12 games, 4 goals, 1 assist, 5 points for Marco Rossi as the season winds down. Vegas, 3 points behind LA for third spot in the division. So this is a game they need to win for 2 reasons. One, get themselves maybe further ahead of St. Louis, or at least keep pace with St. Louis if they beat Carolina, and also to get themselves closer to LA in that third spot in the division. Eichel, their leading scorer over the last month, 13 games, 9 goals, 4 assists, 13 points. Barbashev, 13 games, 4 goals, 2 assists for 6 points for him. And Kolasar, really prominent third liner for them. 13 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. And I say prominent because every time he's on the ice, you kind of know. Between the hits and some of the chirping that goes on at whistles and the pushing and shoving, Kolasar's often in the middle of it. So let me know your picks in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.